I'm Doug DeMiro, and this is a 1964 Case 930. Today I'm going to go over the quirks and features, and after I show you some of the things on it, I'm going to give it a Doug score. This particular tractor has an inline-6 diesel engine, and it has a 6-speed transmission. You can do the throttle up here, or you can do it down here on the foot feet. Either way, it works fine. Here's your clutch, and here's in case the repo man comes after you, and you can lay him out. One crazy feature that this thing has is it has a left brake and a right brake. And if you want, you can put the pin through both of them and have both brakes. That's just the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life on one of these types of tractors. I'm not really too sure what this thing does. It looks like it could have been some kind of picnic umbrella, or I'm not too... Oh, God! I almost fell off of this thing.
For the love of God, Wizard, what are you doing?
I'm trying to give this a Doug score.
Do you know anything about tractors?
No, I really don't know.
What that thing is?
No.
It's what's left of a canopy. Do you know what kind of motor this thing has?
No, I don't.
It's a 401 diesel.
Base
design special diesel. You know what kind of transmission this has?
No, I don't.
It's a 6-speed chain drive.
Maybe you need to be
You
doing...
know what, Wizard? Go back and play with your cars and leave the farm machinery up to the...
Okay. Okay, I'll give it...
Wizard.
Can I give it a Doug score?
Well, if you want.
Okay, then I'm done. I'll get off of this thing. You're right, I don't belong on these stupid things. On the steering and handling, I give it a 2. It doesn't handle very well. It really doesn't even get up to speed very well. On the fit and finish on this particular vehicle, I give it a 5. It's actually built pretty well. And then also on the value, it's really not worth very much anymore. And you know what? I really don't even care about this stupid tractor. Let's go inside. Obviously, I don't have any beef with Doug DeMiro. I have absolutely no ill will towards him. I just did that as a funny little skit, and I don't think he'll mind. I talked with Hoovie about it, and he didn't think that Doug would be upset about that. And if you are, I'm sorry, Doug. But anyways, what I'm going to do today is just kind of take a quick update of all the cars in the shop. A lot of you in the comment sections have questions about cars that haven't been in any films or just sitting in the background, and like, what about this car? What about that car? So I decided I'm just going to go around the whole shop and just give an update on all the cars and the story behind it. The first one is the Delorean. You've seen several videos on that. The list of things that Tyler wanted done on this is 2 or 3 or 4 pages long. It's a huge list. It's front to back. It's all kinds of things being replaced. That's why it's been in here a long time. I also have the rest of the shop to run, so we can't focus on any one certain car 100% of the time. We have to kind of do a round robin. So right now we're fitting new exhaust. Hoovie decided to get rid of the old leaky exhaust system, and he got a kit that has headers and pipes and a muffler, all bolts in. That's what Scott's putting in right now. He's been primarily the one been working on this DeLorean, and he's doing a pretty good job. Been pretty pleased. As you see, we got it running and driving, and Tyler was very pleased with that. And so we're just continuing on with the DeLorean, and soon we'll have it done, and it'll be a running, driving car. And this is one of my customer, Bob. He's also my friend. This is his Viper. He's had several vehicles through here, and he has some in here right now. One of the things I've done on this is I handmade little J-clips for these windows. They came with the windows, but the clips were missing. He couldn't find them, or they were too expensive, so I handmade them, and they work perfectly fine. I'm doing all the fluids and brakes and things on it, which are done. You've been seeing it in the video off and on. It's like, what's going on with that car? Well, I'm waiting. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting. And the reason why is because we have the rockers off, and they're at the body shop being redone and repainted. They had some small dents in them. He's having the exhaust remade, custom exhaust, complete from front to back. I'm waiting on that. So here it sits. It's waiting on those items to be done, and until I receive that from him, it will continue to be in the videos. It just sits. That's just the way it is. It's also kind of dirty. When he drove it up here, he drove it in the rain, I think, and it just happened to be a day that worked for him, and any other day was going to be later down the road. He decided to drive it in the rain. It's not that big of a deal. It washes off, but that's why it's dirty. So, on down the road. This is Hoovie's coveted LX 470 with 343 million miles on it, or I don't know, some high number. The starter's acting up on him. We did put one on it not too long ago, 8 months ago, and even it's acting up. So I'm going to warrant it for him. I decided to purchase a brand new one. We put a reman starter in to begin with. We're just going to put a brand new one and be done with it. This is going to probably be the last time that we see this thing in the Wizard shop. I think he already has it sold, so it'll be on down the road, and you won't be hearing much from me anymore. So I'll have to say goodbye to it when it leaves. On down the road. And this is my venerable Audi S6. We've seen a couple videos on this where I fix some oil leaks, and it seems like I can never keep up with the oil leaks. I fix one on one side of the motor, another one pops up on the other side of the motor. It just never ends. This time, the actual valve cover gaskets are leaking. I've been smelling an oil smell, and I got my borescope camera down there while it was running, and I could physically see it actually dripping out of the valve cover gaskets this time. So once I get that done, it'll take care of the oil smell, and I won't have to be smelling that anymore. So I'm standing in the restricted area of Omega Auto Clinic. This is an area where I don't want customers walking around. These are Leo's cars. He's actually back from Qatar. He's just visiting family and taking care of some loose ends. He has this Murcielago, he has a Viper, a Prelude, and the Corvette. Look forward to seeing a video on the Murcielago. I look forward to delving into it. We're not going to dive deep into it. We're just going to go through it, check the fluids, and it's got a belt squeal. But that's what's going on back here. And some of you have mentioned the holes in the insulation. That's the way I bought this building. It was a factory before I bought it. What happened back here, I don't know. $30,000 or $40,000 for insulation, and I'm not interested for that right now. So the holes will just stay. So on to the next. This here, a lot of people have asked about in the comments section. They want to know about this. This is also Bob's, the guy that owns the greenish blue Viper. This is a 1998 E300D diesel wagon. You really couldn't even buy these in the United States. This one came from Canada, and how it got here, I don't know. As far as the backstory, I don't know anything about it. It won't start, it wouldn't run, and we found the injector lines are bad. This is a project that Bob says it can stay in the background. It's whenever we get time, and I haven't had time. So you've been seeing it over and over in the videos, and you may see it over and over some more. But it's just a project to where we run out of things to do. We can jump onto this. It's a pretty cool car. It's got some, as you can see, it's got some paint issues. It's got some rust bubbles and down through here and around front. I mean, it's all right. It's in all right shape, but it's nothing that I personally would get too excited about. It's not that great of a vehicle if you ask me, but we're going to get it fixed and get it running for them. So on to the next. Many of you have seen the videos we've done on this old 69 Cadillac. I've got the diesel engine fitted in there, and I'm waiting on a few more parts that I ordered to come in the mail. Right now it's kind of at a standstill. I've got several other projects in the shop that are taking priority right now. We will be getting back to this one. We'll be getting it running, but right now it's just sitting and it's just waiting for me to get back to it, but it'll get there. This is the 74 Datsun 260Z. I've done a few videos on. We've got the brakes done, the clutch is done. Pretty much it's drivable as far as clutch and brakes go. We've going through the fuel system, and a lot of the hoses we're going to have to replace. We did find the fuel tank had a blockage or something in one of the pickup tube. I removed the tank, and customer Bill decided to have it taken to a specialty shop to have it fully cleaned up and redone, I guess rebuilt. So we're waiting on that to get back. Hoping actually by this spring to have a driving car for him. So that's where we're at on this one. And here's the old 76 Silver Shadow. It's been sitting since the last time you've seen the video. It seems like every time I try to get over here, this is not some project that you just kind of turn some wrenches, and this requires a tremendous amount of brain power and thought to get through the wiring. And every time I get delved into it, it seems like the phone's ringing. A customer's up front. They want to speak to me. I got this or that to take care of, or bills to pay on the shop, and I'm just going to have to wait till I get some time. When I get the Cadillac done and a few other projects done, then I can focus on this one. And it's a long-term project. It's not something that's going to be done in a few weeks. There's guys that have old Corvettes and things, they spent 15 years restoring them. I hope to not spend that long, obviously, but it's going to be a long-term project. So there it sits. It's not going anywhere. You don't just find these around the corner, and I have it. It's here, and when I get time to work on it, I can. This is a 93 Mercedes 600 SL. It's actually kind of a rare car. It has very low mileage. Let me check real quick. I'll tell you what the mileage is. It's very low. It's almost like brand new. 33,000 miles, original. It's in excellent shape. As you can see, it has suspension issues. This is also Bob's. And this is also a project that he says whenever we get time, we can work on it. If we don't have time, we don't have to. So I've been waiting for that day when it's really slow in the shop. I got to try to find something for Scott to do or for me to do. I can say, hey, let's jump on the 600 SL and let's get it done. So that's what it's waiting on here. This is my favorite car that Hoovie has. This is the 05 Phantom. After we got everything wizarded and fixed up on it, it's been a trooper for him. It's been just running and driving perfectly, no issues, no serious problems. I really, really like this car. I'm tempted to write my name in the dirt on here, but I just can't bring myself to do that. It'd probably be very disrespectful and it could scratch the paint. It's just here for an oil change, and it's always had a possible ball joint issue ever since he got it, and now he's ready to buckle down and focus on it and get it done. And like I said, an oil change, and that's all it's here for. There's nothing else wrong with it. It just keeps running and going and going. I'm really impressed. And again, I love this car. This is a pretty big shop. I really like the shop. The things have really turned out pretty good here, and like these type of cars I work on, they have to stay inside. This is perfect. This is exactly what's needed for this kind of work. But anyway, you see a lot of Tyler's cars here, and they're sometimes here for video after video after video. You're like, why is that car still in the shop? It's because he buys the cheapest cars in the country, and they usually have a laundry list of problems. Sometimes we get halfway through and we say, oh, now we need this whole other list of parts. We found that this was broke. We found that was broke. And like on the Delorean or some of the cars of that nature, you don't just go to AutoZone and go get those parts. It's another week to wait on shipping. So you get that job done, and then maybe he decides, you know what, I want to go ahead and do this and this, tack that on to the job. Okay, now we got to order parts and wait another week or two. That's just the way it goes. I mean, sometimes cars are in here for a while, but they eventually get done, and they're done right. Thank you guys for watching. The channel's getting really popular. It's really growing pretty fast. If you can, share with your friends and let them see the Car Wizard. And we're getting really close to 100,000. I'm really excited to hit that mark. If you see any of the tools that I use or anything you're interested in, you want to help the Car Wizard out, you can purchase them on my Amazon affiliate page. Click the link below. We also have t-shirts and mugs and things for sale. Also, you can see them below. Some really cool shirts you could purchase, and we've sold quite a few of those, and I'd be happy to sell a few more. So again, thanks for watching, and there'll be many more videos in the Wizard Shop to come.